Eledier Alvarez, the mandatory challenger for Adonis Stevenson's WBC light heavyweight world title, is possibly going to give up his mandatory status and pursue a fight with Pascal rather than a title shot against Adonis Stevenson. And this is according to Yvonne Michelle, who is the promoter for both Stevenson and Alvarez. Yvonne Michelle, and I'm paraphrasing here, but I'll leave a link in the description to the article where I'm getting this information. According to Yvonne Michelle, he says that he wants this fight to be built between Stevenson and Eledier Alvarez. He wants it to be built into a pay-per-view. And therefore, he's going to need to build Alvarez's profile. And he thinks that putting him in against Pascal will be able to achieve that. So if he's able to defeat Pascal and do it impressively, then perhaps they can make Alvarez versus Stevenson as a pay-per-view in Canada rather than it being a PBC fight, for example. So I don't know the boxing scene in Canada that well. Obviously, I've watched a lot of fights in Canada, but I'm not over there in Canada. I don't speak French. I don't know exactly the public sentiment towards Adonis Stevenson and Alvarez and how big Stevenson is in Canada at this point in time. I don't know. Or how big Pascal is at this point in time. I know he's big, but I don't know exactly how big a deal he really is over there. So I'm not in the best position to really judge on whether this is the right move. Whether it's realistic that Stevenson Alvarez could be a pay-per-view. For those of you who are Canadian, do you think that if Alvarez was to beat a Pascal, that would make a pay-per-view between Alvarez and Stevenson in Canada viable? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And the big question for me is, if Alvarez is going to go that route and fight Pascal rather than Stevenson, who the hell is Stevenson going to fight? We know Stevenson's got a fight coming up, but after that, if Stevenson gets past that fight, who the hell is he going to fight? Is he just going to wait it out? By the time he ends up fighting Alvarez, if Alvarez gets through the Pascal fight, if that fight goes ahead, Stevenson's going to be damn near 40 years old. Does he really want to be that inactive at his age? He's been pretty inactive over the past few months. Strange situation. But Stevenson really is becoming the irrelevant champion at this point in time. We'll see what happens in his upcoming fight, but he is just losing relevancy by the day because he hasn't been in with anybody of any note in the light heavyweight division for quite some time now. And as I've said in previous videos, the light heavyweight division is not particularly strong at the moment. There are good fighters at 175, but most of them are not fighting each other. You've got Kovalev fighting Ward, obviously. Ward is unproven at 175. He did all his best work at 168. At 175, we don't know how good he really is. So although we like this fight between Kovalev and Ward, Ward is kind of an unproven quantity at 175 anyway. And the other major players at 175, Stevenson is, what the hell is he doing? He's fighting nondescript opponents. Beterbiev is coming back from an injury, but he's seemingly not fighting anybody of note either. Who else is there? Fonfara just got beat. Nathan Cleverly's still hanging around. He's a decent level contender, I guess. Jürgen Bremer, what the hell's he doing? The light heavyweight division is, I don't want to say dead right now, but it's not particularly exciting at this point in time. So we'll see what happens here with this Stevenson situation with regards to Eledier Alvarez. Let me know how you feel about it, people. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.